and now it's time for the young startups, for the testosterone bombs to come and speak. The first testosterone bomb that is going to speak is Ewout Meyns. He is partner or co-founder at PieSync, and PieSync is a company that has a solution to sync your CRM to any other cloud application possible, and of course also to Google Apps for work. But because here at iMinds, they decided to also use PieSync, Jeroen, CIO of iMinds, is going to first give a small introduction on why they decided that PieSync really met their needs and was a perfect match.
Thank you. I prepared a couple of slides, basically to do a bit of pitching on what is iMinds, because we are a research institute, and who the hell knows what the research institute does. But actually, the name says it. We do research. And we do research with the 5 Flemish universities, and that's our core business. But over the years, we've had some spin-offs. And spin-offs as in, we're looking on how we can improve products. And then we have living labs. And we also have our incubator program. And I see a couple of you people here who are actively participating in the incubator program. Now, just before I let these young puppies do their talks, I think your presentation and Boris' presentation have a lot of similarities. Now, just for your information, we're moving away the data center, and we're going for a full cloud strategy, platform as a service. So I wonder who will be better when it comes to pricing, of course. Amazon or Google? Surprise me. Now, secondly, I also believe that we should be eating our own pudding, our own dog food. Puppies, dog food, again. And well, it's not because we're only investing in the little startups that we shouldn't be using them. So, yeah, you can skip this one, Michael. It's all blah, 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 blah. Vanaf 5 Flemish universities, truly international research community. Okay, you can skip that one. Main focus, blah, blah, blah. But, big data, you see. We also do stuff on big data, just like I mentioned. We do a lot of Internet of Things. It's going to be one of our spearhead programs in the years to come. Also cloud computing, of course. Security, very important. We all heard about, all those major platforms being hacked. Well, Google is as safe as hell. But, I mean, the Sony network, everybody remembers it. We've had health issues, well, obviously health providers losing data. So security is a big, big issue. And basically, to convince my management to move over to the cloud, is one single question I will have to ask. Is it safe? So, strategic research, applied research, frequent competitive testing. You've got a great app, but you want to test it out. You can come to us and we'll show you basically either on small scale or larger scale what we can do for you. Simulations, but also user time. And then for the startups and young puppies, training and coaching, financing, facilities, networking, and internationalization. Ewout. Hello, market. Good. Just a small word on the iStart program, because a couple of you here are startups, or wannabe startups, wannabe entrepreneurs. So we're providing, I think on a 4-year call basis, you can participate in one of our calls. Yep. Voila. And for example, the iStart incubation program focuses on how to develop your business plan. Business plan is one thing. I think if you're looking at the cloud, it's more, in the terms of business model. So I'm very happy that you mentioned, there is no such thing as a freemium in the B2B, because we, as CIOs, as directors of IT, believe if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. So no, you don't want a freemium model. You want to pay for something. Secondly, what's also important, which is something I was retaining from your presentation, is startups can really are much more agile. We signed up with expenditure a couple of months already. One big issue is that our ERP is made by a big software vendor. And yes, it's waterfall analysis. We're going to do the analysis, we're going to do the development. It takes time, it takes blah, blah, blah. Whereas I asked expenditure, can you deliver that for me? Yes, it's already been done. I mean, that's what I like with working with startups. So you can become entrepreneurs in residence here. You can get some up to 50K funding. So enough with the friends, family, and fools money. Go for some real cash. 4 calls a year. I think Sven 1 is finishing today.
Midnight, yeah.
At midnight. So you still have time. No, we don't. We're not going to put down the website. And I think as of tomorrow, we have the Go Global call. So if you really truly become international, that's the one-stop shop for you. Okay, good. PieSync. The problem, all the contacts. CRM, customer relationship management, is at the core of our digital ecosystem. Yes, I'm using the hype terms of today. I should be, by the way. Digital ecosystem. So we use it for email and marketing campaigns. We use Salesforce, by the way, which has, I think, been voted as the most innovative company in the world. We use it for contact management, case management, and we get a 360 view in our project programs. Basically, we have the Rolls-Royce of the customer relationship management systems. Sometimes I say to my business, you drive it like a 10-year-old car. Use it like a real Ferrari, like a real Rolls-Royce. We know our customers, who are industrial partners, research partners, non-profits, startups, students, and we want to keep track of the partners throughout the life cycle. When did we sign up for a program? When did we sign up for the second program? Or, how many projects have our partners been doing? Good stuff, good vision. Reality, my problem. Keeping track of our contacts, it's a hell of a mess. In terms of data quality, you know that 25% of your database gets outdated per year, which means if you don't look after your data, within 4 years' time, your database is worth nothing. A lot of turnover, a lot of churn, but we also want to, do a bit of career tracking of our people. We see young entrepreneur, has he become the next Jeff Bezos within 10 years' time? It's important for us to know because, this is off the record, put up the stream, we get some funding from the Flemish government. So we have to show the Flemish government what do we do with this money. And yes, we do a lot of research projects, and we create employment thanks to the whole startup program, but where is the money going? That's what I'm asking my wife also on a weekly basis, but she never gives me a good answer. So adding and updating data is really an overhead. And the key data sits not in my CRM system, which costs a hell of a lot of money, but where? Not in my pocket, in my phone. iPhone, Gmail, Android. It requires action and discipline from the users to, to bring the data onto a corporate system. And up to date, there is no efficient solution for syncing data. And telepathy is not really working. People think that if it's on my iPhone, it's into the corporate system. That's not true. And then I met young puppies from PieSync. And yes, they have a silver bullet for me. Ewout, the floor is all yours. Pump it up.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, Jeroen. My name is Ewout. I'm the founder of PieSync, and during the next 15 minutes, I'm going to introduce our company and give a live demo of our product. So with PieSync, we have built an innovative platform to synchronize data between cloud applications. Because the problem we've seen is that companies worldwide are massively moving towards the cloud. And they all choose the best of breed applications to work with. They choose, for example, the best CRM application for their business, best mailing application, best social applications, and so on. But the problem with this approach is that the company's data is spread and duplicated over all these applications. So actually, the company's data is not where you need the most. For example, you meet a person at a networking event, you enter his contact details in your mobile phone, for example, his phone number or his email address. The next day, you want to send this person an email, but contact data is not in your email client, so you need to copy it to send him an email. A few hours later, the person responds, he's interested in your goods, you want to do business with him, so you want to add him to your CRM application with a note, but again, you need to copy these contact details to add it in your CRM application, and it keeps going. You want to send the person an invoice, you need to go to your invoicing application, again, you need to copy all the details to send this person an invoice. And it gets even worse when this person changes his email address or his phone number, because then you need to go to all these cloud applications to update this information. And that's the problem we are solving with PieSync. So with PieSync, we keep your data in sync between all your cloud applications. Why should you use PieSync? Because obviously you can buy a lot of engineers to build this integration yourself. But with PieSync, you will get perfect synchronization. And with perfect, we mean it is real-time, it is bi-directional, and it is also quite intelligent. Because we can match data, we can merge data, transform it from application A to application B, and so on. But the second big advantage is that it's quick and easy. So PieSync is a cloud platform. You can just go over to PieSync.com, create an account, choose your cloud applications, and connect them in a few minutes. So I will show you that in a demo in a few minutes. We are currently with 8 people. We started 2 years ago with Mathieu Spetman and myself. Meanwhile, Derynck joined the company. Thijs also was a platform lead. Miguel is a marketeer, Leonard designer. And Sophie is our functional accountant. And David was operating from Estonia as a UX and front-end developer. So PieSync started 1.5 years ago with an integration between Highrise, CRM, and Google Apps. We launched it 1.5 years ago, and immediately had paying customers worldwide. And after the launch, we decided that it would be cool to synchronize all the applications on the internet. So we started building a generic platform that is able to handle all complexities that are involved with setting up two-way synchronization. And that's where we are today. So the platform is completely finished, and we can now add new connectors for new cloud applications in a few days to a week. We are constantly improving our platform. So this is no view of the services we support today, but we will add many more in the next months. This is no view of our current customer base. So to see Jeroen, we already have an international focus. Most of them are in the US. That's recently. We have a lot of them in the UK, just because we launched the capsule CRM integration. It was operating from the UK. Okay, now back to the iMinds case. So iMinds is actually a typical scenario you will see in every company. iMinds is using a CRM application which contains all the data. It's Salesforce in this case. But all the employees, they are working from Google Apps. So they are sending emails from with Google Mail, they are scheduling calendar events with Google Calendar, and so on. But in the end of the day, the company's data need to be in Salesforce and also vice versa. So it's a typical case you can solve with PieSync. I'm now going to show you how you can set up a real-time, bi-directional connection between every Google account and Salesforce. It's live, so it's a little bit stressful. It's going to wait. So you can just go to PieSync.com. And create an account. Our interface is still quite simple, but you can now add your first connection. For example, you can choose Salesforce. Yeah, the resolution is a little bit messy, but I'll try to show you. So there are a few steps you need to complete. You need to authorize your Google account, your Salesforce account. Finish a few seconds, so you can start. But we're first going to show you how our Google account looks like. So we have 152 contacts on our Google account, but we created a subgroup of business contacts, which contains 143 contacts. And in Salesforce, we also have a few contacts. Most of them are created by another user, so only Jenkins Adam is created by myself, and this one is important because this one is going to sync to you. So you will see. We're now going to complete our setup, so we first need to give PieSync access to our Google accounts. We do the same for Salesforce. Okay. A few settings, we can filter which contacts we want to sync from Salesforce to Google. So we will only sync contacts owned by me to avoid ending up with the whole Salesforce database on the smartphone. And on the other side, we will configure PieSync to only sync the business contacts to Salesforce. Also to avoid having your personal data into the company's Salesforce. a few interesting settings. And then we will hit the start syncing button. That is the exciting part, because at this moment the company's data will flow from Google to Salesforce and vice versa. It's real time, so you will see the feedback and the dashboard. You first need to scan your data, index it, be able to avoid duplicates and so on. So you need to see that there is already a Salesforce contact update and Google contact updates. That's the Adam contacts you see. He was already in Google, he's also at Salesforce. Both have some new information, so they update each other. And the rest of my Google data is synchronizing to Salesforce. Just wait a few seconds. Yeah, it should have been finished, so we will refresh Salesforce. Like you see, all the data is available on Salesforce.
Can you take out the data out of the mail, for example? So I send a mail to you and my data in there, take it out and sync it with Salesforce?
No, not yet, but as soon as you initially create an email address for the person who is using that program, you can sync it with Salesforce. But the better approach is to have some filtering set up, so you don't have so Matches has now added a background note to the contact add.
I'm going to pause and resume the sync, otherwise we have to wait 2 minutes.
See if this time Salesforce wins. Perhaps next time Google wins.
If you are lucky, then the background information will appear in Salesforce.
You really focus on contact details, right?
But at this point we do, because it's an excellent business case. We have connectors for a few CRM applications and that anymore. And most of the data is contacts. We also have solutions for Google Calendar. We have a prototype available yet for calendar synchronization between Highrise and Google. And we will add also upload your CRM applications. At this point, it's heavily focused on contact data. And also heavily focused on we're also looking, for example, on the Belgaug connector, which we will launch in a few weeks. So once we have a Belgaug connector, we can add it, connect it to every other CRM application. Did it work? Yes. It's just okay, thank you for your.
I think what's good to point out, Ewout, because we've been working together for a couple of months now, is that I believe in using startups because it's all about experimenting and trying out things and failing fast. The first thing that we found out is that if you don't filter the contacts, then you have the chance of pulling in all the data from your Salesforce organization. So the first trial that we had one unlucky person who's sitting in the room, but I won't mention his name, right, Sven? Was pulling in 16,000 contacts. I think the good thing here is that we realized, okay, we have to apply some filtering. The other good thing is that because in a friendly environment, I wasn't pulling the trigger at that time. So we both worked towards improvement of the product, and now we will be able to safeguard our users from making that kind of mistake. I think that's a very important lessons learned from my point of view. And this little journey that we had together.
I have one. This goes for every SaaS company, but I think also for you. Are you concerned at any point about copycats?
Yeah, but there are already some other solutions available, but yeah, to be honest, they are not as powerful as PieSync because they only offer trigger action-based integrations. For example, Zapier as a well-known competitor, they are offering integrations where you can, for example, configure there's a new contact in Gmail and create a new contact in Salesforce. But there it ends because if you update the contacts, the update will not come through to the other application. It's not really synchronization, but it's a very easy integration. So where Zapier stops, that's where PieSync begins. And we really want to integrate two applications completely and offer bi-directional real-time synchronization. So I think we have been working for more than 2 years on this platform with engineers, and it's not that easy, of course, to copy. So, of course, big companies they can copy it. It's a matter of being flexible in this. Okay. Thank you.
We will now have a